G'day, dickheads. Welcome, a bloody welcome. It is back to the Saturday BOG. We obviously had a Friday night one last weekend, but we're back to the regular Saturday programming. Hope you're all having a fucking top-notch weekend. And we're going to get into a bit of the usual stuff today. We've got a bit of vape mail. We're going to build something, either a bridge that someone gave me at Expo that I forgot to show you last weekend, or maybe one of the things that we open up in the vape mail. We'll decide that when we get to it, but we'll build something as always. And of course, we're going to have a fucking beer ski. We've got a new liquid, a random liquid to try. Don't know what it's like. I literally just freshly wicked an RDA and juiced it up. I have not tried it, so we're going to do that together and see what it's like, see if it's any good. A passion fruit and pineapple flavour, which sounds pretty good to me. A couple of fruits that I do love. Usual housekeeping that I often forget to talk about at the start of the BOG. Most of you have heard it before, but if you're new to Patreon, first of all, thank you very much for choosing to give me a few of your hard-earned dollary dues. I really appreciate it. Can't do this shit without you. But there is a Facebook group that's a lot better for interacting with our community members than the Patreon website, because if you put stuff in the community section on Patreon, nobody else really gets notified and nobody sees it. So join the Facebook group, links in the description. I think Shane's probably shared it in the chat as well. But yeah, jump in there because there's a great bunch of cunts that will help you with any of your sort of vape questions or just general life stuff. Good people in there. So join the Facebook group and hang out. And there's also the Zoom room, which some of you might be in at the moment if you're watching live. After the stream, I will jump in there. We'll have our little Saturday session in Zoom. I know that on a Friday evening, Australian time, there's FNZ, which used to have me in it. But obviously now I'm in the UK, it's no longer a Friday night for me, it's Friday morning. Yeah, if you're an Aussie, do jump in on a Friday night, because I know there's a bunch of you that do hang out in there on a Friday evening. But if you can't make that, join us on a Saturday after the BOG, and we do a Saturday Arvo. FNZ, well, it's not an FNZ, it's an SNZ. So anyway, that's the Zoom room. I'm always in there after a live stream, so if I do like a pod off or a build sesh, then jump in the Zoom room after that, because I'm usually in there and we can hang out together and have a fucking beer. I know I talked about a giveaway. You know me. I'm pretty shit with the organisation stuff. My head is going in a million directions at the moment because it's only 3 weeks basically until I go back to Australia to get my family. And there's just lots of stuff that I've got to do that I haven't done over here in terms of researching schools for the kids and shit like that. So I've just got so much shit going on. I haven't done the fucking giveaway, but I do have a big bag. I loaded it up last night as I was sort of tidying up. There's a big bag of stuff we're going to give away. So that will happen probably after I get back from Australia. Bunch of stuff to give away. There's some really nice stuff in there from Sturdy One and all sorts of tasty treats. So that will happen, don't worry. At some point I'll put up the fucking Google form for people to enter for that. I might just do the Google form. You can all put entries in and then we'll draw it when I can. But that is still going to happen. I haven't forgotten about you. Plenty of fucking goodies to get rid of. What else have we got in the way of news and housekeeping? I think that's everything. If you're a German, if you're one of the Germans, I'll be all up in you next weekend for Hall of Vape, which I'm looking forward to because it is still one of the best, well, probably still the best show. As you heard me whinging last week, Vapor Expo here is gone kind of pretty crap. But Hall of Vape is fucking awesome, so I know there's a few of you in here that might be heading to Hall of Vape, so I look forward to seeing you there. I'm not on a booth or anything, I'm just cruising around, I'm just free range bogan for Hall of Vape, but you'll probably find me in the modders gallery trying to mooch some cool shit off of off of the expensive European modders. But yeah, I'll be there for Hall of Vape. I'm going to have some Fuck Disposables t-shirts with me for sale. I think I'll just do them for like 20 euros or something. And I'll have some Bogan battery wraps, some of those new ODB Bogan battery wraps, which will be cool. So if you want to grab some of those, come see me at Hall of Vape and get yourself hooked up. But I'm looking forward to just hanging out, having some German beers, catching up with the community over there in Deutschland. It's always a good show. I've looked at the website. The Modders Gallery looks awesome. There's all the good, tasty, expensive, hey guys, Todd here type modders in there. There's also just a lot of companies that, you know, your mainstreamers that weren't at Vapor Expo that will be there. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's next weekend. So no BOG next weekend because we'll be in Germany. But I'll probably do a little bit of live streaming and stuff on Instagram, maybe YouTube. We'll see. Depends on what the internet connection's like. If the internet connection's good, we can live stream. But these things can often be a bit shit on the internet. But we'll see what we can do in terms of getting some live streaming from Vapor Expo. All right. I think that's everything out of the way. Let's do a few hellos in the chat. Who have we got in here? We've got Damien, good to see you, mate. We got Shane, obviously always taking care of admin stuff. We got Lee Baxter, all the way over in Hong Kong. How are you, mate? We got Alan James. We got GT Feckin' Twin Cam. We got Ali, good to see you, Ali. Hope you're well down there in Tassie. Who else have we got? Base Vape, Geezer, good to see you, mate. We have, who else? That's everyone? That's everyone in chat. There we go. There's a few more of you, but maybe you haven't put anything in chat. But that's all right. Hello to everybody who's watching, and shout out to the fucking replay crew if you're not watching live. GT, have you found a house to stay in when the fam arrives? No, not really, because I can't rent a house until until we're ready to go. You know, you need to have like a whole bunch of stuff to rent a house. Plus, I'm going to be going back for about a month or so, and so I can't really afford to rent a house for a month that I'm not living in. Yeah, money's tight with this big move, so yeah, I won't be renting a place officially until we actually get over here. We'll probably come over and go into some sort of a short-term accommodation and then find ourselves a house. But I've been doing research, you know, got an idea of where we roughly want to live and that kind of thing, got an idea of sort of prices and stuff like that, but haven't rented anything as yet. I'm just hanging out in Brian's house here. Excuse the fucking mess over there. It was a cleaning day last night, washing a bunch of stuff, because you know me, I fucking review it and then I move on to the next thing and then it just sits there covered in juice for a couple of months. So yeah, that's what that mess is behind you. Reorganizing liquids and washing RBAs. So that's why there's a good messy background, but that's right. We'll get that cleaned up this afternoon. All right, let's have a fucking beer, eh, dickheads? It's fucking Saturday, and it's definitely time for a beer ski. Where's the beer button? There it is.
Let's drink a beer. Let's drink it here. 'Cause tonight is all that's here.
I'm not sure if I have featured this one before, but I do love a Hazy Jane from Brewdog. They're lovely New England India Pale Ale, but this is the Peach edition, the Hazy Jane Peach. I think I've maybe featured the Guava before, but the Peach, maybe not. You guys can maybe tell me, I can't remember, but do like this one. I've had it a couple of times, and it's real nice. I had the pineapple the other day, and it's all right. It's a bit artificial. The pineapple's a bit artificial. The peach, this one is a bit nicer. It's a bit more of a natural peach flavour. The pineapple, though still very nice, not as good as I was hoping, because it's sort of, just a bit of an artificial kind of pineapple flavour. This peach is much nicer. It's a bit more of a natural. 5% is the alcohol content. Obviously, Brewdog, we know, are up in Scotland. It smells good though. Real stone fruit flavours off of this one. It's already kind of stone fruity, the Hazy Jane, and then you add more peach in there and it just gets super stone fruit. Fucking cheers, dickheads. Have a tops weekend. Oh, that's good. That's fucking good. Charlie's in the house. Good to see you, Charlie, mate. How are you? Hope you're well. Let's get back to the beer, though. Yeah, it's stone fruity. It's real stone fruity. There's a little bit of a sweetness to it. I think the peach kind of adds a bit of a sweetness. Hazy Jane without the peach in there, it's a little bit more kind of tangy, a bit sharper. With the peach, it kind of sweetens things up a little bit. Yeah, zingy kind of citrus flavors, but then there's like stone fruit in there. It's slightly creamy. It's got a nice fucking thick sort of mouthfeel. Just a good. They're all good. The fucking Hazy Janes. All right, let's pair it up with, as I said, a new liquid. I think someone gave this to me at Vapor Expo. I think so. Yeah, I think this was someone handed this to me at Vapor Expo. It is, or maybe I got sent it from, might be from Ian. George, there we go. Thank you, focus. Unreal 2 or Unreal Squared. Unreal Squared, I guess, because it's got little square bits of pineapple and passion fruit on there. Unreal Squared. Pineapple and passion fruit. Haven't tried it. Don't know if it's any good. We're going to see. Let's give it a taste test. We're vaping it on the, was it the R234? And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, George, focus, please, you fucking degenerate. This little box that we checked out recently, the R234 Pro, which is from, who's it from again? Indonesia. Which is the company? Designed by Vape Boss, that's right. Vape Boss Indonesia. This thing punches quite hard. It's one of those PWM boxes we had a look at. Got a little potentiometer on there. Dual 18650, kind of an old school box. The Indonesians love these PWMs. I remember I was telling you about it last week. And this thing, fucking, it hits hard. It's got a real good punch to it. I'm only on, what is it, just below level 3. Ooh, a little bit of spit back there, almost made me cough. Ramp up time is next to nothing on this thing. All right, so there's a bit of cooling in there. There's a bit of ice that I wasn't expecting, and that is it's kind of hitting the back of the old throat there. Yeah, I'm not a big ice fan, so I got to be careful, or else I'll fucking cough and look like a fucking idiot. All right, I'm kind of getting used to the ice now. It's not super icy, but you know, when you're at fucking 0.1 ohms and whatever voltage this is, it's pretty punchy. The ice kicks you in the throat. I tell you what though, the pineapple is nice. I'm getting mostly pineapple. If you're wondering what we're vaping it on, this is the Bonza Pro. Bonza Pro RDA, which I gave you guys a little bit of a sneak peek on last week in the BOG. So if you haven't seen this and you are interested, go and check out last week's BOG. But we've got the Bonza Pro there. I should be getting my final retail samples end of next week. They're shipping out from China this week, yesterday I think they were. So we should be pretty close to getting a release. I'm hoping a few weeks time we'll be ready for release, which is pretty exciting because I've been working on this for about 9 months now. Late last year I started working on it, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it, dickheads. All right, now we're starting to get used to that ice. I can really give it a proper hoofed. We probably need to open a window in here. It's going to get fucking cloudy. Mostly pineapple on this, but that's not a bad thing because I like the pineapple on it. It's a good pineapple. It's a slightly sweet, but not a shit pineapple. It's nice. As for the passion fruit, it's there. It's giving it like a tropical kind of feel. It's not the dominant flavor. The pineapple, I think, is. Don't worry, Charlie. We'll definitely hook you up with a Bonza Pro 4 review, mate. As always, we'll look after you. Yeah, I'll let you know closer to the date. If I don't, then just send me a reminder, because I'm fucking shit with that stuff. But we'll definitely hook you up with one for review. I'm quite liking this liquid, I gotta say. I do like this. I'm a fan of pineapple and passion fruit. It's one of my sort of go-to flavour combos. This is a good one. This is a real good one. It's very clean. It's very tropical. Pineapple is really spot on, and the passion fruit's kind of just in the background, giving it a nice little tropical back note. Let's pair it up. It should work well, I reckon. We got fucking peach and stone fruits in our beer. Ooh. Oh, that's really changing the flavour of the beer in a good way. Yeah, it's really, really tweaking things. Yeah, I don't know, what is it doing there? I don't know how to describe it, but it's really changing. It's like the peach becomes way less prominent in the beer, and then pineapple and passion fruit are coming in, and it kind of just really tropicalifies. Is that a word? Tropicalifies? It's really fucking bringing a tropical fruit punch feel to it. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. That is fucking very tropical, very fruity. That's just damn good. That's just damn good, dickheads. Very tropical. Really like that. I think maybe with the beer being mixed in there, the passion fruit is kind of coming out more. That's solid. That's real solid. I'm liking that. Excuse me while I wipe off the condensation from my nostrils. All right. We have, who else has just joined? Dylan. Good to see you, Dylan, mate. Hope you're well. All right, dickheads. That is beer pairing done. Shall we do... excusez-moi. Shall we do a little bit of... well, let's show you this thing first. Where's it gone? Which I forgot to show you last week when I came back from Expo. Where's my button? There it is. This little Boro bridge that someone came up to me and gave me, I think from their like personal collection, which was very, very nice of them. Wanted me to have it, wanted me to do, give it a try, see what I thought. It's the Colt RBA by AB Mods, I think is the company. AB Mods Colt RBA. I'm not sure where they're from. AB Mods. I know the name. Got a little serial card in there, and we got the bridge. There's some pins in here, grub screws and whatnot. So it's a Boro bridge. It's got a bit of a kind of a different shape to it, bit of a unique shape. We've got some these. Is it called a fleur de lis? Is that what that thing's called? C'est French. Is that right? Fleur de lis. I might be wrong. Colt on the sides, and then I don't know if this is like the standard image they put on it or where it's a special edition. It says "fuck the duck." It is a fleur de lis. Aha, oui oui. Having a wild stab at the Bonza, gonna vape, kind of like the nitrous but smoother. I hope it's smoother. It's certainly going to be in that sort of vein of the nitrous. Fuck the duck. I don't know whether that's a special edition, but I do like that. That's kind of cool. Get your wicking ports there. Airflow pin. It's got a 3.2 pre-installed, but it does come with quite a few different airflow pins. There is a 1, a 1.2, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3. And then I guess it's 3.2. Does that say 3.2? Yeah, and 3.2. So, excuse me. 3.2 I think is the largest. Pull that out. There's your chamber. I'm assuming that this comes out. Yep, threaded chimney. And the build deck. As I said, it's coming from someone's personal collection, so it has a build in there already. Looks like a little alien clamp system for the posts. Put your cotton down in here, and then that just, oh, we're off the camera. Put your cotton down in there, and then that just slides over the top. It looks quite nice. Bit of a different shape, bit of a unique shape on it, but it looks like it should vape good. We'll find out. We'll obviously build it at some point. We could build this today, dickheads, so let me know. We've got a bunch of airflow pins. We could do mouth to lung, or we could do direct lung. There's plenty of options there. So yeah, there's the Fuck a Duck Colt from AB Mods. I think this came out about January of this year, so it's not like a brand new bridge. It has been out for about 5 months or so. Saw that High Gaze Todd here had done a review on it, but somewhat of a newish bridge. Fuck me, it is super cloudy in here. Let's just open that fucking window. It's getting hard to see. Alright, dickheads. Let's open up the vape mail. Got just 2 boxes this week, I think. I don't think anything else has arrived that I've misplaced. 2 boxes of vape mail. Let's see what we got, and then we can decide what we're going to build. I think we got 1 box from China and 1 box from Italy. So one is going to be a bit fancy, I think. Generally the Italian stuff is a bit fancy. Alright, what do we got here? Diplomat RDL Airpin Kit. Centenary Mods. Okay. There it is. Diplomat RDL RTA from Centenary Mods. Pure RDL vaping device. Let's have a look. AB Mods are based in Kent in the UK. Oh, okay, cool. That's interesting to know. Oh yeah, AB Mods. I'm sure I've reviewed something from them. They ring a bell. What do we got here? Well, this looks quite nice. It says, okay, George, what the fuck, man? A diplomat who says no is no diplomat. Charles M. D. Talleyrand. Okay. Now this looks quite nice. Got a bit of an old school kind of look to it with the very polished stainless steel. There is, by the looks of things, a few different chimney options. This is a nice RTA. They say this DL Diplomat is a banger. It looks good, doesn't it? I like how clean it is. Very clean, kind of old school vibes. We've got a 510 drip tip. We got top fill. Is it top fill? Is it going to open for me? Come on. Oh, I don't think it's top fill. I think it's an old school bottom fill. Is that what we got going on here? I think we might. I think it might be a bit of an old school bottom filler. Possibly. I can't see a way to get this cap up. What do we got here? Let's take that off. Yeah, that's a sealed... That's all sealed in. So by the looks of things... Bottom fill. It is bottom fill, Shano. Okay, interesting. Right, we got the build deck, which kind of old school again. Simple K-Fun style posts, airflow underneath the coil. Do we have adjustable airflow? Oh look, they put Vape and Bogan on there. That's kind of cool. Centenary Mods, SL. George, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you suddenly try and focus on that thing in the background rather than the thing that's right in front of the fucking camera? How does is it pin system for the airflow? Looks like it's pin system for the airflow. Take the pin out. Yeah. We got 2 pins. What size is this one? So 4mm pin in there, 3mm pin in here. Shane says take the pin out. There we go. So I'm guessing the airflow on here is just purely for letting the air in. Bottom of the deck comes out. Let's have a look. Bottom of the deck comes out. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. You got some honeycomb action going on. Where did that O-ring come from? Oh, was that in the top there? I think that goes in there. There we go. All right. So we got like a honeycomb cut out in here. You guys can see. The bottom of the deck plate is keyed. Yeah. Don't lose the O-ring. Yeah, it goes in the top. Found that. Thanks, Shane. Thanks, Dad. Yeah, we got like a honeycomb kind of design. Frank, George, please focus. You might as well be, Frank. You're just as fucking useless. Honeycomb kind of thing going on in there. And then that just slots in to there. We might leave the pin out because I think we'll go 4mm, hey? We'll go full airflow. But there's the deck. Cotton, looking at these little juice channels here. We're just going to place our cotton down in there, I would suspect. But we have a bunch of other stuff in here. So we've got spare glass. All right, that's cool. We've got these two guys though. So these two guys have got different chimneys. We've got 3 different ones. The one that comes pre-installed is flat. This guy is coned. And then this guy is stepped. Step sort of design. So depending on what liquids and everything else you're doing, the side walls look a little high. What do you mean on the deck? On here? Yeah, interesting. I guess the coil's going to sit up fairly high and then cotton's going to go down in there. Let's switch out the airflow pin while we're here. They do a fill cap as well. So what, they do a different separate cap that allows you to top fill it. Is that what you're telling me? There's a separate top fill cap available. Let's put the 4mm pin in. Yeah, so the airflow pin comes up very high. So your airflow pin comes up right up there, so your cotton's going to be sitting down here. Top tank allows you to fill through the top, yeah. Which one? One of these two, Shane, or a separate thing? Separate, doesn't come with it, yeah? Which cap are we going to use? Let's go for the domed. I forget which cap design is supposed to be good for what type of juice. So we'll go with cone shape. Yeah, sold optional. Okay, so the top fill cap is an optional, sold separately. Alright, that's cool. It looks nice though. Looks very nice. Looks like it's going to have a big capacity. Very old school. Big, long, tall RTA. Alright, well, we could build that. We could build the Colt. Or we could build whatever is in this other box. Oh, we don't want to lose that airflow pin. Put you in there, mate. Are the chimneys ID the same? I think so. Let's just quickly answer that for you. No. Oh, we got a little bit of a difference there. It's a good question, Mark. It looks like we've got some slight variation. So the flat chimney is the widest, and then looks like the stepped one is the smallest, and then the cone one is in the middle. 5 something mil capacity. Yeah, it looks like it would be a fairly big capacity. Yeah, so depending on what you want in the way of chimney diameter, there is some variation there. Each one gets a little bit bigger. Smallest, medium, large. Well spotted, Mark. I didn't even see that, mates. Good eyes. Different diameter on the chimneys, as well as obviously the top cap. I think it's always cool when they include, you know, a bunch of different chimney designs, so people can kind of dial in. Because your your bakeries will perform differently. Oh, this must be the pin kit. Yeah, I'll come back to what I was saying about juice. Diplomat RDL air pin kit. So this one includes 2, 2.3, 2.5, 2.8, 3, 3.2, 3.5, and 4 millimeters. So this gives you a fuck ton of different airflow pins. If those two are not enough for you, if you want something a bit tighter. That's cool though. Old school. Alright. They also do drip tips as well. Pure RDL vaping. So we had a purely MTL tank in the old school tank from Monarchy. And now we've got a purely RDL. Alright. Let's have a look at what the Italians have sent me. It better be good. Packing peanuts. cunt. This looks like it's from Voodoo. If anybody recognises this little guy, the Voodoo sticker. We got some, oh, there's some cool battery wraps. Voodoo battery wraps. George. You're absolutely fucking useless, mate. There we go. Battery wraps. You're packing peanut in, cunt. Fucking love that shit. Ready to go all over the place. I'm gonna put you straight in the bin. And a bunch of them went on the floor. Fucking packing peanuts. Alright. Let's see what Voodoo this is. The pinhead. The pinhead. And we have a little... looks like a 3D printed ghost. Giving you the fucking bird. Flipping you the bird. A little ghost key ring or whatever is attached to these bags. Let's see if we can get it off. There we go. That's cool. Alright, let's have a look at the pinhead. So I've seen a bunch of photos of this. Looks real nice. Obviously Voodoo makes some real nice stuff. I think they're going to be in Stuttgart. I could be wrong, but I swear I saw them on there. We got pins. We have spare screws. That's about everything. So pins that are included, looks like we've got 2, 2.5, 3.5, 4, and 3 pre-installed. And then they've also included, looks like the mouth to lung pin set, which is a 1, a 0.8, and what are these two? A 1.2 and a 1.6. So that's going to be all your mouth to lung pins. And then this maybe is an MTL top cap. Well, let's look at the stock one. We'll look at the standard one first. So you got pinhead on one side, pinhead on the other. Chimney is reverse threaded. Alright, reverse threaded chimney. Whoops. I say reverse threaded and then try to fucking regular thread it back in. Like a fucking idiot. Looks familiar. I mean, all Boro bridges kind of look familiar at this point. It's not like a whole lot of innovation we can really do. There's a bit of engraving. Voodoo. And since 2021, is that what it say? Yeah. Let's have a look at the deck. Pull this off. Got little tiny flatheads. Offset slightly. Fairly low profile deck. Slight cone shape to the inside there. Let's compare the two. Okay, so what we've got here is a narrower bore on the alternative top cap. So I would assume this is to go with your MTL pins. Slightly narrower opening. Doesn't have the cone shape and has like a kind of step system milled out. And as you can see, the wicking ports slightly reduced as well. Slightly reduced there. That looks good. I'm guessing that this and the MTL pins are like a separate purchase. But yeah, you're going to wick it like you would a lot of RBAs in this style, kind of similar to the monarchies and whatnot. Put your cap down, cotton poking through, snip it off. So it looks like it'll be fairly easy to build. Yeah, we could build this as well, guys. Option number 3. Option number 3 when it comes to our building. So let's just do, since we've got a few options, let's set up a quick little poll. What do we want to build? We go pinhead option. Oh, where's my cursor? There we go. We have the, what's that thing called? The diplomat. Diplomat. Or we could build the cult. Let us know. I know there's only about 15 of you watching. But let us know what you want to do. It's a democracy. It's a vaporocracy. Let us know what you want to build, and we shall build it. What's you over there? That. So a little toot, a little vape. How's everybody's weekend looking? You got plans? You got some fun stuff to get up to? I'm just going to go and watch the FA Cup and watch Man United get absolutely fucking slaughtered by City. Gutted for Arsenal, Sam. I was wishing you guys on near the end. Yeah, man. It sucks that it came down to literally like one game. You know, if we hadn't lost against Villa one of those 2 times, if one of our draws was a win, if just one of those draws was a win, we would have won the league. We were 2 points, and we had better goal difference. So all we needed was a fucking win instead of a draw. But it's all right. Sledder, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Just in time for a build. We've got 3 options, Sledder, in the poll there. At the moment, the Diplomat is out in front on 67%. Diplomat is a kind of old school RDL RTA. There's the Pinhead, which we just opened up, and the Colt RBA. A couple of Boro bridges, which we might do a live build sesh tomorrow or something. Do those 2. I'm not sure if there's anything else I've got to build, but we could do a little mini build sesh with a couple of RBAs. How's things over the pond? Things are good, mate. Things are good. It's a bit windy today, but at least the sun is somewhat out. I think there's some kid with a fucking recorder, if you're wondering what that noise is. There's some kids playing in the street on scooters. One of them has a recorder. Hopefully the one with the recorder is not riding a scooter, because that could end badly. Well, it's not exactly warm here either, Slater. It's not, I mean, does England ever get warm? Looking forward to next weekend, though, because I think it's going to be nice and toasty. I think we're looking good in Stuttgart for next weekend. Well, we were looking good. It was forecast for 27 degrees next Sunday, and now it's 16. The fucking forecasting here in Europe is way off. You get forecast something and then it completely changes. But it's going to be 24 tomorrow, so that's nice. 21 today. No, that's Stuttgart. $19 today. Not bad. Not too bad. As you can see, I'm wearing a singlet and I'm not cold, so... I don't know what it's like in I think New Zealand's similar. It feels... 19 feels warmer here in the UK than it does in Oz. -2? Fuck that. Fuck that shit. I'm going to have to put up with that come winter over here, though. Charlie says, as we say where I'm from, I love summer in Scotland. It's my favourite day of the year. Yeah, it doesn't really get properly hot here. All right, has everybody finished voting? It looks like the Diplomat is our winner. We've had enough votes, so we're going to build the Diplomat. Okie dokie, dickheads. Well, we've got our pin kit, so we could put something in there other than the stock. But I feel like 4mm. Let's go the full max. What have we got in the way of coils? Bearded Viking. I was hanging out with Brent at Expo, and then hanging out with him again down in London last weekend, which was fun. Great to hang out with him. And he gave me some of his Bearded Viking coils. So we might use a Bearded Viking coil. What have we got here? We got some Juicy Lucy's. What are Juicy Lucy's? Juicy Lucy's are an Alien N80 single 0.48. That could work. It's a little high for me. Be good if the camera focused. We could use a Juicy Lucy. I love that name, that's good. Fuse Clapton, 0.36. 0.5 acoustic. What's this one here? RB Alien, 0.37. That's kind of getting closer. What's this guy? MT Alien, that's 0.7. That'll be good for an MTL build. This guy here, 0.16 dual coil, that's not what we're looking for. 0.18 dual coil. 0.56. We're looking for something around 0.2. 0.3 single, that's getting, I think that could be good. Blue Steel. Blue Steel. Good names from Brent on these. And this one here, Juicy Lucy, 0.4. I guess we'll go with a 0.3, huh? 30 to 40 watts. Sounds about right. That could work well. 0.3, 30 to 40 watts. What do you guys reckon? I think that should work pretty well. 0.3 to 2.5 ID. There we go. Should work. Excuse me. Alright, let's get the Diplomat out. We're going to go with the medium chimney. Is that right? Medium chimney, everyone's happy with that? Maybe one leg off? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, Shano. Take a leg off. Because we've got to get our posts going, our legs going in the opposite directions anyway. Let's get our Nick's Tips awesome Arsenal fucking build stands. And put this guy on here. grab one of these coils out. Put the other one away. Doesn't tell us the wire gauges, I don't think, but that's alright. Let's take a half wrap off. See how that looks in there. Should hopefully work. We might need to take another whole wrap off, but yeah, one of those build tabs, the build tabs from Vape Smarter. It is very nice, and it does fit nicely, like on top of this big build stand from Nick's Tips. Kind of gets things up real nice and high, makes it a bit easier to show you guys. So hopefully we've got nice long screws so that the let's see, it's a snug fit, I say that. Snug fit. If I can get the screw head up a bit higher. Come on, get in there. There we go. Maybe we want to take another... Do we want to take another whole wrap off? Take another... What if we do that? What if we take another whole wrap off? That'll bring our resistance down, probably closer to the 0.2, and it'll probably fit in here a little bit better. There we go. Alright, let's secure one leg. Alright, that's one side. Probably use the right fucking screwdriver would be good. Biggest airflow, biggest ID chimney. You want to go the bigger chimney? We could go the bigger chimney. Not the easiest to get a thicker gauge wire in these posts. I think we got it though. Get this straightened up. Get these tightened up. Really pulling the fucking wire through. There we go. I think we're in. I think we're in. Let's give it one more final snug up. Yeah, it definitely fits much nicer, I think, with that 1.5 wraps taken off. Just a little bit too long, this coil, to fit in these posts otherwise. Let's give this a little snip. Close your eyes. Wow, that fucking shot off like a fucking bullet. Pating! Damn. Alright, let's see what resistance we have. 0.2, see, that's good. It'll come up a little bit once we pulse it, but 0.2 is kind of where I wanted it. I like these coils. They give you like a pulse, tells you to pulse at 15 watts. I still need to flip the screen on this thing. After whinging about it in my review and then realising, duh, you can just plug it into eScribe, flip the screen. That's looking good. Oh, we got a little bit of a hot spot. That's better. I'm just going to bump up the wattage a little bit more than 15 just to really see. Make sure that we've got no hot spots. Can you see any hot spots, dickheads? I can't. I think we're looking alright. Resistance, if we just reset our resistance and see what we ended up with. 0.25. Sweet. That's kind of where I like a restricted direct lung anyway, so that has worked out quite well, taking off a wrap and a half. Fits in there much better, gets the resistance that we want. Let's see. Just want to make sure. All right, now let's try our top cap. Are we're gonna go with medium? I think we'll go with the cone shape, medium sized top. Let's make sure we don't have any touching of the coil to the chimney. That's looking good. Can't see any fucking sparks, which means we're not touching anything. All right. Close up of my hand. All right, we're ready for cotton. We'll let that just cool down for a second. Mark says, looking good. Yeah, chunky wires. Not the easiest thing to get that coil in there just with those post hole designs, but got it in there enough. You'd think with a direct lung and like an RDL, they'd maybe go for like a little bit more of a roomy post design. There's a fair bit of room in that circle there. You'd think maybe they'd go with a slightly wider screw head so that you can get a slightly thicker gauge wire in there, but we got it in there. Alright, let's put some cotton in this fucker. And looks like we're just going to sort of tuck him down into the juice well there. What is going on with this cotton? Looks like 2 strands. No, it is just one. Alright. In you go, mate. So we've got to get down the bottom of that well, basically to line up with little juice inlet here. So let's try that. Let's see. Give it a little fluff. Is that too much? Did we put too much in there? Maybe just a little bit too much. Just pull that through. So I reckon about there. I'm not doing any thinning, I'm just, because it's only 2.5. As long as we're not getting into that airflow, we should be good. What do you guys think? Giovanni Lopez, nice to see you, mate. We're just putting the cotton in the Diplomat. Hopefully that's not too much cotton. I don't want to put too much in here because we are going to vape it at 30 watts, 40 watts. But I think that's going to be alright. We'll find out, won't we? We'll find out shortly. Now, what liquid are we going to put on this thing? That is the question. Something in a direct lung milligram. I should really think about this stuff before I fucking start building, hey? You know what I want to kind of... It's always good to vape a brand new product with something that you're familiar with. And... I feel like maybe some banana ice cream from Sticky Fingers. Sticky Fingers banana ice cream. It's a fucking nice liquid. I'm not sure what's going to happen to Sticky Fingers down in Australia. I think are they still in business? Does anybody know if they're one of the guys that have packed up already, given the government, or whether they're still making liquids? Obviously, Aussies can still make liquids for now. They can't import anything, but liquid manufacturers can still manufacture liquids. So I hope Sticky Fingers stick it out. Stick it out, if you will. It's a great liquid, Slater. Sticky Fingers banana ice cream. It's one that I've featured many times over the years. I'm not a big dessert vapor, but this one is nice. It's a really nice liquid. It's banana, and then there's like hints of chocolate. It's sort of, you know, like a banana split kind of thing. So there's a little bit of chocolate in there. The banana is bang on. It's a fucking great liquid. And now we're going to fill up our tank. And we're filling up our tank old school styles, flipping it upside down like this. And filling down the side. This is how you filled tanks back in 2014 when I started vaping. everything was like this. You got to be kind of careful that you don't put it into the fucking chimney. You got to get it down in here. So you got to feel a little slower. That'll do for now. And then you tip your base upside down and thread it in like so, and then you can flip it back up again. And hopefully it don't leak. Hopefully it don't leak. Put our drip tip back in. Nice drip tip. I really like that drip tip design. Got a good shape to it. We're ready for a mod. What mod are we going to put it on? Do you guys want another sneak peek? Do you want another sneak peek at something new that I've been working on for a little while? Not sure on the release date, but working on a new side-by-side mod. And this is going to be called The Parsons. We joked about the name. We jokingly said, let's call it The Parsons, which is my last name, if you guys didn't know. We jokingly said, we'll call it The Parsons. And then we thought about it, and I was like, actually, that kind of is a cool name. So we're going to call it The Parsons. And it's got a DNA ADC in it. Unlock it. There we go. DNA ADC, full aluminium CNC, single 18650. We're doing a 21 as well, which is not much bigger, just a little bit bigger. But this one's single 18650, but we're going to be doing a 21700 as well. Is that ADC mod or am I high? You're not high, GT. It is a DNA ADC. We're going to have a little bit more of a, there's going to be a taper here. So it will taper to 24 millimeters, but this cutout in here is 26. So you can run a tank with a bubble glass. You'd run a 20, 24, 25, even 26 millimeter tank. The taper will be to 24, but this cutout here is 26. So if you wanted to run a bubble window on your RTA, you can. And there we go, we have the Diplomat on the Parsons. But yeah, really happy with how this looks. We're going to do a brushed aluminium as well as the black. This is just a prototype, so there's going to be a slight change here with the tapering. At the moment, there's not really a taper, but that'll be changed to 24. USB-C, DNA ADC, and it looks pretty sweet. I think anyway. Later. There goes my bank account. Yeah. Don't show anybody any of this shit either, by the way, cunts. I didn't think I had to say it, but when I show you guys little sneak peeks, please don't go taking screenshots and fucking sharing it in Facebook groups. Somebody did that once before, not realizing, so I'm just going to say that so that everybody knows. Stuff like the Bonza Pro, don't go sharing that around just yet. And obviously the Parsons, we're still a little while away from release, so don't go sharing that shit. Alright, let's start at 25 watts. Now, it's reading at 0.3 now. It was reading at 0.25. We've jumped up a little bit. Oh no, now we're back at 0.26. Okay. So we're right where we were, 0.26. 25 watts. Let's see how it goes. The Diplomat. Lee, you got to check out last week's BOG, Bonza Pro. I'll give you a full rundown, full show and tell, sneak peek on the Bonza Pro. But there it is. Not the drip tip that it comes with. That one's from, what is it? Fucking Half Moon Mods. But yeah, Bonza Pro. Full details in last week's BOG. Go and check it out. That's much closer to release. Probably just a few weeks away before that hits retail. A few weeks, maybe a month. This is quite nice though. I think we can go up a little higher than 25. Let's go 35 watts. 35. Yeah, just RDA, Lee. So we've got the 4mm airflow pin in the Diplomat. We're running it at 35 watts, 0.26 ohms. I just saw a nice little bubble, so it seems to be wicking properly. Tell you what though, that honeycomb airflow they've got going on inside of the chamber underneath the coil. Does look good on this Parsons mod. A long tank like this really suits a side-by-side, because if you put this tank on a mod without a side-by, it's going to be very long. It's going to be very top-heavy, but on a side-by-side, that works nicely, doesn't it? You kind of almost need a side-by-side for one of these long boy RTAs. I got to say, the flavour is really good on this, guys. Really nice flavour. Airflow is super smooth, even though it's got just like a large slit at the bottom on each side. That honeycomb design, the little holes in a circle on the inside where you can't see it. It's almost like a diffuser in an RTA. Damn, if you're into restricted direct lung, I think you're going to like this. Really nice airflow. Just seeing nice little bubbles popping up, so it's wicking properly. We're using a 70-30 juice, I think. So it seems to be keeping up just fine with a 65-35. 70 VG, you know, more or less. Yeah, the flavour's really good on this. Be interesting to try the different top caps, the different chimneys. But flavour-wise, drip tip's very comfortable. I've got to say that. I do like this tip. It's already collecting lip crud though. The very shiny, polished, almost chrome finish on this thing is going to attract the old lip crud. That's the only drawback. But the shape is real nice. Yeah, flavour's good on this thing. What if we crank up the wattage a little bit? Let's go 45 watts. Let's see how it goes at 45. Mark says, we need a new government to go with the new Bonza. Listen, I think the Bonza is probably something, or an RDA in general, probably something you could send to Oz in a non-retail packaging. If you just shipped a Bonza RDA on its own with no retail packaging, I think it'd probably get through. I mean, even if they opened it, they're gonna look at, they're not gonna know that that's a fucking vape product. It's like, it doesn't look anything like a tank or a fucking disposable. So you'd probably be able to get them through. So we'll probably be able to sort something out for you, Mark. Damn, that's nice. Flavour is real spot on. As I said, I'm really impressed with how smooth that airflow is. Just a bit of restriction. With that 4mm airflow pin, just a little bit of restriction, but it's fairly open. I think at 45 watts, the heat is nice. It just brings a little bit more richness to the flavour. I'm really getting the banana and the chocolate in a nice warm, almost like chocolate sauce and banana ice cream kind of feel. I'm liking this. Yeah, I think RDL fans are going to like this Diplomat. I like that you get 3 different chimneys with it. It's going to give people plenty of choices. I think they should have included more airflow pins, though. They've given you 3 chimneys. You get more chimneys than you do airflow pins. That's kind of odd. That's not usually the case. More chimneys than airflow pins. That's a new one. Not normally the fucking case with these things. Italian design. Upper echelon China manufacturing. Yeah, you can tell that it's not a China design, because they certainly wouldn't have done the old school fill system if it was designed by Chinese. But you know, there's levels of China manufacturing. If you pay the money, you can get you know, much higher quality machining than, you know, the basic stuff that you see being done. So you can tell that they've spent a bit more on the manufacturing in China, and they've got a good quality finish here. It's very shiny, but yeah, I like that. That's a good point, Charlie. That is a good point. All right, dickheads. Well, there you go. That's the Diplomat. Quite impressed with that. Old school, high-end kind of feel, but I'm assuming it's going to have a fairly affordable price tag, given that it is China. Let's see, Diplomat RT. Oh no, that's the wrong button. Sorry, I can't. Let's see if we can find out what the price is. This one's calling it the Diplomat MTL RTA. Oh, the Vaping Gentlemen's Club. Oh, so there's a Diplomat MTL RTA, which I never got. Okay, alright. So there is an MTL specific one, and then they've got this new RDL, which I don't think is on the site by the looks of things. 90 quid, says GT. Alright, there you go, 90 quid. Yeah, I can see listings for the MTL. I can't see anything for the RDL. I don't think it's out yet. Doesn't look like it's out. But GT says it's 90 quid. So not cheap, but the quality definitely is going to be a bit higher than your average China mod. Yeah, be launching soon, I would expect. Alright. Well, there you go, dickheads. That's our build. We'll do a little build sesh with those other two. We'll do a little Boro build sesh. But for now, let's wrap things up with some fair dinkum fuckwits.
You're a fuck up, you're a joke, you're a clown, take your pants down, then fuck you fucking fuckwit. You can't.
Alright, so let's go to screenshots. What have we got? I don't think I have much this week. We have I did my big whinge on the Vapor Expo vlog, which I posted last night, and Andy Gollings 4649 says, "Times change, move on." So we just say, times have changed, expos are fucked. Like, let's move on. No, mate, we're going to fight for what we like. Cunt. Also on the same video, Just Gaming TV1 says, well, which country are you going to run to now? Just stick to gaming, mate. Yeah, I'm going to fucking go to a different country because the expos have gone to shit here. Let's see. Vaping Cabbie 6457. It's always with a 4-digit number at the end of their name. They turn into a fuckwit. Vaping Cabbie says, vaping is dead. Smoking is the future. You should change your name to Rip Dickers. What else have we got? I think that might be it. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all I got for you in the way of feeding and fuckwits. I'm sorry, dickheads. Where are you, morons? Come at me. Alright, dickheads. Well, that's our BOG. A fun time and a nice RTA in that Diplomat. We will continue testing and get a review out on that towards the end of next week. And we'll build a couple of things as well in a build sesh. We've got to do a build sesh. Haven't had one for a little while. I've got a couple of things to build there. So maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. It's a bank holiday weekend here in the UK. So we've got Monday as well. We might do a fucking build sesh on Monday or Sunday. One of the two. We'll do it. We'll do something. But until then, dickheads, cheers for tuning in. Hope you fucking enjoyed it. Big thank you to you for your support. Can't do without you. And if you are watching live, jump in the Zoom room. I'm going to jump in there after this. We'll hang out for a little bit. And if you're watching on the replay, then fucking hope you had a fucking top-notch weekend. Other than that, dickheads, sub-home your fucking dicks off and your bloody tits off. Doesn't matter what the fucking Vapor Expos are like. Doesn't matter what the fucking politicians are doing. We know this is fucking 95% safer than smoking, and we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep fighting for our fucking right to do it and fighting for good expos. I'm not giving up on any of it. So, you cunts, have a bloody good one, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.